Hello and welcome to another episode of Pixel Narratives with Anutosh. In our studios, we have Ms. Stuti Das, Senior Vice President at SOTC, and a girl from Assam venturing for higher studies in Pune, and from then moving into the world of tourism and entrepreneurship. I'd like to welcome Stuti Das in our studios of AFTA for another episode of Pixel Narratives with Anutosh. Hello, madam.
Hi, thank you.
The first thing is, I was just going through your CV, and it is so inspiring. The amount of work that you have done, and from a small town in Guwahati, you have moved into a place, and now you are globally present because of your work. Apart from that, you have ventured into several other activities that many of us would be dreaming, like gliding, then underwater experiences, and so many other things. We'll be talking about it. But at the very beginning, I would like to know uh, about the journey that started from Guwahati.
Thank you, Mr. Dev. Uh, I left Guwahati in the year 1992, and before that, obviously, I've done my education here, uh, done my schooling from Holy Child School, and then my high secondary and graduation from Cotton College, Guwahati. For my post graduation, that's when I left for my further studies. I was in Pune and did my post graduation in economics and then further into management
Okay.
from Pune University.
Uh, if I just go back, what actually you really wanted to be in your life?
Honestly, I did not have, and I was not that focused or ambitious that I would be in the travel industry or something. I mean, at that point of time, we had. I wouldn't say we had to study, but obviously education is one of the prime necessity. And then you focus on your education, then you want to go into the corporate world. Service is one sector which I always wanted to be, and hence ended up today in the travel industry.
Okay. And you have been traveling globally. That's part of your job. And tell us about your adventurous, work that you have done. Because I'm sure my viewers would like to hear how a girl from Guwahati has come up to this place, uh, moving across the globe, but also trying to satisfy something that most of us would dream about. Yes.
As a person, I'm a very fun loving person. Yeah. And obviously, thanks to my job, that I get to travel, and I need to travel. And I have traveled around 43 countries.
Wow.
Yeah. And right from, so when you say MICE comes as meetings, incentives, conferences, and events. So right from the conceptualization stage to planning, focusing on the type of hotels, accommodations, your venues, your procurement, everything comes under one roof. So till the execution stage. So hence, when we do the research for the particular place, and that's when you need to travel to those places and see the how it would be. It would meet up with the requirements of our Indian customers, right? Our Indian corporates, and at the end of the day, the end users. That's when and how I get to travel.
Okay.
But yes, I am also adventurous, and hence I take time out of the busy schedule, and I try to do. And I have done skydiving.
Okay.
I've done scuba diving.
Yeah,
Hot air
these are
balloon.
things that we see in movies, and you have done it.
Well,
You have experienced
that's
that.
the adrenaline effect. You get, and it gives you a kick,
Yeah.
and not once, but I've done a couple of times.
Uh,
And then zip lining in one of the longest and the highest, space in South Africa. That
okay.
was in Cape Town.
Okay.
Uh, that's
And when you travel out of your base in Mumbai, and who takes care of your family?
okay. I am a single mom,
Yeah.
and I have a son who is today 21 years old.
Oh,
Yeah, and well, this is the journey which I actually would love to talk, and not about my travel,
please.
because that doesn't excite me most.
Okay.
Because his name is Siddhant, and he's 20, like I said, he's 21 years old, and Siddhant had and still has, his special requirements. He has
Mm.
special needs.
Okay.
So when he was sorry, 2.5 years old, that's when we realized that Siddhant had delayed milestones, and he was in the borderline of autism, and he was in the spectrum.
Okay.
Thankfully, like you asked me, while I'm traveling, who takes care of my child? Um, I was lucky enough uh, to have the support system,
Mm-hmm.
which was very strong. And my family, my parents would then fly from Assam to Mumbai to take care of my son
Mm-hmm.
when I was traveling, because my job demanded me. I mean, I had to travel. There's no two ways about it. And I wouldn't want to mix my personal issues with my professional. So I didn't want to tell my clients that, sorry, I can't travel. I was also,
But now that is from 2.5 years to now 21 years.
that's right.
So I'm sure my viewers, there would be many of you here watching this episode, and I'm sure what Stuti is going to share with you is definitely going to give you a new way, a new perception about how to handle such cases that you have in your family. So I'm very sure that Stuti will be sharing her experience and which will be helpful for many of us. Yes, you can continue.
Thank you. So, like I said, if we have the support system right, I think we can manage the work front. We can have a great balance between the professional field as well as your personal life. So, and I was lucky enough that my aunt came and stayed with us when for almost 5 years, and that was the most crucial time of my life, because that was a time where we had the separation, and we got to know that Siddhant had special requirements, special needs. We need to attend to him, and it was a big support, not just a personal front where I got a strong support or help. It was also from my organization. During those days, way back in 2006, at least in the travel industry, we never heard of flexi timing. But I was allowed to come to the office around 2 or even by noon and leave by 4, because I had to attend to all the therapies along with Siddhant. So this help was immense. But at the same time, just because I was not in the office or I could not give those 8 hours didn't mean that I did not deliver. I was lucky enough, and I'm always lucky till date, that I have a very strong team and a very young, energetic, and dedicated team who are very focus driven and result oriented. So I'm lucky in that front as well.
No, that's good. That's really very encouraging and motivating in a way that that's how you have also there is a growth in your professional life and you have brought up your son. Oh, what does he do now?
Okay, Siddhant has he's done his hospitality and catering from SPJ Sadhana School. That's a vocational institute run by the Sophia College nuns, and that was a 5 years course. Before that, he was also doing the pre-vocational for another 3 years. That's when they've tried to figure out what your the child is good at. And with pride, I can say today he bakes very well. He's passionate about his baking. He had done his internship at the Marriott in Mumbai. He also was, I mean, he got an apprenticeship at the Taj Palace, Colaba, for a month. But yes, the expectations from obviously a professional setup would he could not meet up to that, and obviously there was always pressure. Hence, right now he's come to Assam. We have a small restaurant.
Yeah, I was just
Uh,
about to ask about you. That's your family business that you had set up long back.
that's right.
But before that, I would like my viewers to know what is the best way you have handled these issues with your son? If you that would be like an advice, it could be like a suggestion, it could be like sharing your experience.
Right. So, Siddhant could not even speak till he was 5 years old, and he would not. He could actually balance, or he learned to stand when on exactly on his second birthday.
Oh,
Yeah. So, but yes, when I got to know about this, that he had issues, and the world today, they've become aware of these neurodivergent kids or neurodivergent issues. Back then, I don't think the awareness was that was there. And for the first time, the doctor, when he told me, and I was like, there's a way you communicate. The first time the doctor told me was, your child is abnormal. Wow, this is not the way you communicate, right? Obviously, that was a blow for me. And I did cry. It was when I used to ask God, why me, at that point of time. And I've realized one thing, that there's no point, to keep on crying on these things, but you need to stay focused. You need to tell yourself what next. You know, I do remember for 2 days, for 48 hours. It was 15th August, that weekend. I just went on. I mean, it for me, life just stopped there. But then I said it cannot happen. I have to make this child stand on his feet. So now it's time to dry up my tears and ensure that we work together, me and Siddhant, and that's how we have actually come up a long way. That's a journey where Siddhant also really worked hard. Every step was not easy, but then I realized that we do not always, we don't celebrate small moments of whatever we succeed. We always try to work upon our weaknesses. That's how we are today so focused into perfection that we always try to work on our weaknesses. So I thought, instead of trying to work on our weakness, on Siddhant's weaknesses, why don't I focus on his strengths? And then later on, obviously, fast forward, I've realized that Siddhant used to just sit and watch the food channels. Those days, I used to think that he was just wasting time unproductively watching the, uh, these, whether it was any of the food shows. But we've realized that there was a reason behind it. He was passionate about, he's a foodie. He was passionate about his cooking, baking. And the irony was, or is, kitchen was never my space. And Siddhant is the one who's taught me today how to bake, or how to even cook. One thing which I have learned is, in this journey, is to be patient. I, as a person, I'm very aggressive by nature, and I want I want instant results. I like to do things immediately. But Siddhant has taught me that we need to be patient. We need to give time, and obviously not to give up. Stay focused, work hard in such a manner that you give your best, and God will do the rest.
My viewers out there would be some people who may be having this same kind of issue at their home. Uh, as a suggestion, like since you have already overcome the challenge and you have come this way, and Siddhant is now a skilled baker. So that itself is a big, big achievement. And what was the medical, the uh, attendance or the, kind of treatment people would actually, those who have this kind of issue,
So
should go for?
actually, there are, people, I mean, different people have different challenges, Rick,
Yeah.
okay? So there are therapies where, whether it is a behavioral therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy. So, like I said, Siddhant had multiple issues. Like he had gross motor skills issues. He couldn't walk. He could, children of his age used to run around, climb up the slides, swing. But I remember me and my aunt would hold Siddhant and take him to the park. He, I mean, he actually started jumping when he was like 10 or 11 years old. So every, small things which he could do was, was a celebration point for us. So we've learned celebrating small things. Also, another thing which I want, he also had fine motor skills issues. So he
Okay.
couldn't hold the pen or the pencil properly. So mind you, when he went into the hospitality and catering course, he couldn't hold the knife properly. That was then, I mean, within 3 months of his getting into the curriculum, the school did say that I don't think Siddhant would be able to, cope up to this curriculum. He should look into something else. But he was so, inclined towards this. So me and his dad both supported, and we told the school, we'll give it a try for 1 year at least. And if it, I mean, just 3 months, and if it doesn't work out, then we would, want to change. But we are happy that we supported the child. You asked me a question, what did you do? I mean, what did you want to be in life? Honestly, I did not even know till, I completed my post graduation what field I would be going into. But this child, at the age of 15, he knew what he wanted to be. So that's the difference between us. When we are into a structured curriculum, we want to have our education completed. But here, Siddhant, he couldn't do his formal education, but he knew what he wanted to be in life. Uh, the dream would be to open a cafe for him someday, and I hope.
And since you are already, your family is already into this kind of a business, you had already set up wonderful restaurant in Guwahati. So I think that would also help him a lot.
Yeah, which is why he is here now for the past 10 months.
Okay.
He's been with his grandmom. My dad
Okay.
expired just 4 months back. So
Uh-huh.
he's been here since last October trying to learn the trick of the trade a bit. He is into customer facing. This guy who couldn't talk till he was 6 years old, the first sentence he framed was when he was 6 years old. Today he loves to talk. And I don't think any customer would, go without, smiling. I can give you some few examples. There are these doctors. We have got a couple of hospitals around this restaurant. We have a restaurant called MB's, which is bang opposite Pantaloons, a downtown hospital. And most of the doctors come there for lunches and during lunch. And once I was there in the evening, and one of the customer asked me, "Is he your son?" I said, "Yeah." And then obviously being a doctor, he knew. He asked me, "Is he in the borderline of? Is he in the spectrum?" I said, "Yeah." And he said, "You've done a good thing by exposing him to this world." And yeah, and then he said he knows all us doctors by name.
Oh,
And
wow.
one day, one of the doctors couldn't, come during the lunchtime, and he asked, "Where is Doctor so whoever the doctor so and so?" So these group of doctors went back and told the other friend that Siddhant was looking around for you, and the people are being so kind and nice to him. They've accepted him. This doctor came back in the evening to the restaurant just to say hello to him. I mean, it really touches, and that's how I think we want the inclusive space to happen. There are now today there are lots of these community centers which have come up. Like I know one of them, in Mumbai there are lots of those. Special hangout is one such community center. Then you have Umid and New Horizons, where Siddhant definitely went there during these are child development centers. So Siddhant went there for his speech therapy, for clarity of speeches. He still needs to improve a lot, but then at least today he knows he can communicate well. He speaks multiple language. He can speak Assamese, Bengali,
Wow.
Hindi, and English. Of course, he needs to improve, and we need to polish him
I,
much
I,
better.
I am sure that my viewers, many of you who have been watching this episode, must have realized if you have a strong determination and a passion to excel in life, Siddhant's story is just another wonderful, wonderful, thing that has happened. And the way it has been narrated by his mother, I'm sure many of us will be very much inspired and would also get a breakthrough. Now, we would like definitely there would be some people around to know the amazing adventures that she has done. Today, we had a wonderful guest who had shared a real life story which would inspire all of you watching this episode of Pixel Narratives with Anutosh. I'm very happy to know that Siddhant has made a life of himself. It was really wonderful talking to you, Stuti.
Thank you so much.
And
Pleasure
I'm
being
very
here.
thankful to you that you have shared something straight from your heart. On that note, we would like to end our episode today. In our next episode, we'll be again talking to another person who must have a lot of achievements, a lot of hard work in their real life, and has come to this part of his journey. And Pixel Narratives with Anutosh, do take care. Goodbye.
Thank you.